I'm gonna post two videos today just because this is the first day I'm starting to post these YouTube clips, and plus I have another issue I'm concerned with. Recently, with the passage of Proposition 8 in California in November, gay marriage has really come to the forefront. The debate on whether a man, woman and woman should marry has never been more heated and more tense as right now. The reason I'm posting this video is because I feel, and really I think I know, that there's no valid reason for gays not to have the right to marry. Now I'm going to walk through two arguments that I've heard people who don't believe gays should marry use on to validate their idea. The first one of these ideas is that by allowing gay marriage, we'll somehow be closer to state-sanctioned marriages of polygamy, as well as marrying animals. Now, there's a the problem with this argument is that yes, while we might be closer to that, just because we allow gay marriage doesn't mean we have to allow those things. What, in essence, that argument tries to do is group gay marriage with polygamy and with animals, which we all know is not right. You can also say to your friends or family or whoever they are, ask them this. If they're married, ask them if they're going to give up their right to marry. Because remember, straight marriage is just two steps away from polygamy and marrying animals. Of course, most of them will say no. And then you can ask them, how is it fair that you say gays can't be married for those reasons, but you can't? Well, they'll probably say is this secondary argument that marriage has always been between a man and a woman in the United States. And what you can say is, yes, you are correct. In fact, marriage used to be only between white men and women in the United States. There were no legal interracial couples. And what you can then say is ask them whether you think it's right for an African American male to marry a Caucasian woman. Most likely they'll say yes. If they say no, might not be able to help you, to be honest. But if they say yes, that it's okay for them to marry, ask them why. And what they should get down to is that it's okay because as long as they love each other, they should have the right to marry. Now, you can then bring up the point that there is no dissimilarity then between the African American male and the Caucasian woman to the African American male and the white man married. There is no difference. There is both the same amount of love and the same want and desire to get married. Now, this is where things can no longer be discussed in terms of logic. Because this is where the people you're talking to do not see the point to you. That if they do not see the point, that then you know what they truly feel is that the love homosexual couples feel is less relative to straight couples. Now, this idea is ridiculous. The fact is, mankind was made to love each other, whether that be in heterosexual relationships or homosexual relationships. That love is exactly the same between either of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should go on the street and argue gay marriage with everyone and ask them everyone their opinion and tell off everyone. But what I'm saying is that if someone pulls these bullshit arguments on you, disapproval. I like to think that if I was in the time before the Civil War and someone said that African Americans were just not as intelligent as the white folk, I would say that, well, yes, white folk clearly are more intelligent because they go through schooling, whereas African Americans do not. Now I would say if you put an African American in a school and a white man in the school, the outcomes would be the same. And there's no differing argument for homosexual relationships. The fact is they should have the same rights as people like me. I love my girlfriend to death. And I've always known, since the age of 5, that if there was one right I would fight for, it would be the right to love. And if anyone tried to tear away that right from me, tried to make it so I couldn't marry the woman I love and wanted to start a family with, then I would fight to the very end of my life until I had that right. So if anyone's watching this who feels that gay marriage should not be allowed, remember when you first fell in love. Remember what that felt. Remember what that felt like. Remember how you just wanted to dance or jump or whatever. And now imagine that you're being told you cannot express that love in the fullest sense of modern society. I would riot. I would do whatever I could till I could get that right. So again, anyone watching that disagrees with me, please look in yourselves. Please look in yourselves for a little compassion for people who love each other and just want to get married.